As is our practice, we're going to bring you the award winners from the Shamokin area game. The first award winner will be Mike Fantanarosa. He won the Breakfast Club Lineman of the Game award. Mike is a repeat performer. You will remember him. He was the Lineman of the Game award at Tamaqua. You won that one, Mike. Let me quickly go to the Shamokin game, and we'll only go there briefly. But what did you see happening in that game last week? What do you think happened?
It was a hard-hitting game, and I guess we just weren't up for it. And they had the advantage. They were all psyched up for it, and I guess we weren't.
Is it your opinion that physically they were that much better than us, or is it just a matter of us not being quite mentally prepared for them?
We weren't mentally prepared. Our attitude wasn't up for the game, and they were all spirits high, you know.
Okay, we'll pass by Shamokin area, hopefully. We'll try and put that behind us. We look towards the Lakeland Chiefs game tonight, which you guys have not seen. You guys are not familiar with Lakeland. We played them one time about 4 years ago. So what did we do in practice this week? Obviously, we came in kind of down, I'm sure, on Monday after watching films. What did the coaching staff and you guys do maybe a little differently this week that might help you go into this game?
Well, they got our attitude up, and our spirits are a little bit higher. Well, hopefully they're higher this week, and hopefully tonight we'll do a job on them.
You come in and you played almost exclusively defensive tackle. That's what you've played pretty much the last 4 games. Do you have a preference as far as defense or offense on this team?
I'd rather play defense because I guess you're in on more action, second to quarterback. And
everybody wants to play the big defense. Okay, Mike, thanks for stopping by. Listen, congratulations again, and you're welcome back anytime you want to win this award.
Okay,
thank you.
I'm ready.
Okay, we have with us the WKMC player of the game, and that, of course, is Mike Kogut. Mike won the KMC award last week for defense. Now, Mike flip-flops back and forth. Let me ask you quickly, do you have a preference on this team as far as whether you like defense or offense better?
Well, it don't really matter to me as long as Coach Patel, you know, if he tells me to go offense, I go offense. If he tells me to go defense, go defense.
The good soldier. The good soldier.
Yep.
Listen, let me quickly go back to Shamokin one time, and I talked with Fantanarosa about it. Let me ask you, what did you think went wrong last week against Shamokin?
I don't know. It just wasn't one person. I guess it was just a total team letdown. They were tough and everything, but we should have gave them a game, and we didn't. So
it's basically your opinion, and I guess you're sharing it with the rest of the team since Fantanarosa had the same idea, that they were not physically that much better than us, that we just kind of weren't prepared.
No, weren't mentally prepared. Physically, there was nothing wrong with this, just mentally.
Okay, we come into a game tonight against the Lakeland area Chiefs, and of course, you guys are not familiar with Lakeland. We've played them only one other time in our history. What did you do in practice this week as far as getting prepared for a team that you're not looking at every year and you're not sure about?
Well, we just watched the films in school, and we got to practice. We just gave it our all, and we were mentally tough this week. I think we're going to do a job today.
So you think practice and all was much better this week than it was the last week?
Definitely. Yes.
All right, listen, good luck, Mike. Thanks for stopping by. You're welcome back anytime to win these awards. We'll be looking forward to seeing you. Thanks again.
Thanks.
Good luck. Of course, we have with us now the final player of the game, the Breakfast Club back of the game, which was Brian Chidleski. And Brian, I'll tell you what, I want to say congratulations, because although we lost a big game last week, I thought your courage in that game was outstanding. I really do. And I just want to say that everyone noticed it. Everyone's been talking about it all week. You stood up to what was a ferocious pass rush. They blitzed every play. What was going through your mind out there last week?
Well, I was just trying to do whatever I could on offense, just trying to make some big plays, make something happen.
When you're going through a game like that, I'm sure everybody sees you out there. I mean, you were being sacked sometimes on your first step back from the center. I mean, what do you think? I mean, do you say anything to anybody, or is it just, you just got to put up with what goes on out there?
Well, I try and talk to the linemen there. I just try and get them to play a little better and keep their heads in the game.
As the season progressed, we go into a 5th game against Lakeland tonight. You started off, from Tamaqua on down the line. How do you feel about your progress this season?
Well, I think my progress has been hindered a little bit with the overall playing of the team, including myself. I haven't been playing as well as I could, but I'm doing all right. I can do better, though.
Testing.
Well, as a quarterback and captain, right? You're
Yes.
and a captain of the football team. You come off a tough loss against the big rival of the year, Shamokin, last week. What do you do as a captain and as a quarterback in a team in a practice? As you practice this week, what do you do? Anything differently, or what did you do this week?
Well, there was no clowning around this week at all. It was just intense practice, and we're going to be ready to play this week.
So I was talking to Coach Dimnig about the passing game, and we look good sometimes, but obviously last week was the only touchdown was on a pass, believe it or not. But do you see us tonight? I mean, do you have the confidence still you're going to go back there tonight and pass the ball?
Yeah. I feel we can throw on this team. I feel our passing game should be pretty good tonight.
Okay, listen, Brian, we want to thank you for stopping by. Right, good luck tonight. Have a great game tonight, okay? Okay, we have with us, of course, head coach Jazz Dimnick. Coach, let me go back to, I'm sure, what is a bad memory for you, but we'll very quickly go back to the Shamokin area game and try and give me your thoughts on what you think went wrong in that game or what really happened out there.
Well, what went wrong? I don't know if anything went right for us. Shamokin just played an outstanding football game against us. You know, it was that's the finest performance of a Shamokin team I've seen in over 30 years. You know, and but I told you before the game they were a good football team. They have a little bit of everything, and I said, you know, I said what we have, and but I really felt that we could win a football game, and I thought we were going to beat them. I really did, and but we never got on track. They just carried it to us, and we just never got going, really.
Well, you take a loss like that, which was certainly a big loss for us, and we were not used to losing to anybody by that amount. You see these kids, and it's basically a young team. You've got only a couple of veterans back here. What do you do with a team like this in practice this week? Now, I talked with Fantana Rosa and Kogut. Both of them seem to feel that you guys were stressing that you know that they were better than they looked, giving a little bit of confidence that they could actually play with anybody. Is that what you do during a week like this after a big loss?
Well, let me just go back a moment to what you said there. It wasn't the point that we lost by 30 points, 36-6. That was nothing. It was how we lost. You know, we just got mauled. We did nothing to protect ourselves. We did nothing to help ourselves. They come at us, and it just seemed like we were going through the motions. That was the bad part, okay? We've lost by 30 points before, but we at least looked presentable, and we didn't do that. So, but anyway, going to get ready for this game, we get to start all over again. It's just like saying, well, you know, that's water under the bridge, and now we've got to put it all together and try to start all over again. And the kids responded well, and in practice all week. We had a good week of practice, and they did everything we've asked of them, and they're going to try to get better. And I just hope they play with some kind of confidence tonight.
Well, I understand that during the week we've had some injuries that are going to probably keep some kids out of this game and might keep a couple out for the rest of the season. Is that true?
Well, we did have a few things, but we don't know how serious they're going to be. There's some kids won't play tonight, and one or two kids might be question marks. So we're going to have to wait and see how things go.
You come into a game against the Lakeland Chiefs, and I asked both of the guys I had before us here, and it's an unknown team to these people. No one on this team knows Lakeland or remembers them. We played them only one other time before. What do you see this Lakeland team tonight as? What are they going to do?
Well, Lakeland, they've come on strong. They're that's an outstanding football program they have up in Lakeland. They've been champs many, many times in the past 15 years, 20 years. They were I guess an A school, and they grew rapidly up to AA, and now they're AAA. They've got a lot of numbers, and they have an outstanding program. They're 2-2. They've got a lot of, I guess, they're green somewhat as we are. Or we're no longer green. We got 4 games under our belt now, so we're no longer green. We can't use that as any kind of an excuse, but. They have an exciting football team. I'm sure you're going to see a good performance by them tonight, and I'm just hoping that we're ready to meet the task and play the kind of football that we're capable.
One last question now. The passing game seems to be, it looks good sometimes, and last week it looked horrendous, and I think mostly because there was so little protection. Will we pass again as much? Will we stay with that game plan as far as passing the ball?
Well, Warren, again, it depends. We didn't look good passing last week. We didn't look good running. It was both. We just had nothing last week. We were overpowered, and that was it. Tonight, I don't know what they're going to give us. We have to try to mix the pass and the run, and we'll see what they give us. And if we can run the ball, we're going to run the ball. If we can throw the ball, we'll try to throw the ball. It's a matter of how much pressure they put on us. Now, they haven't been accustomed in the 4 games that we saw them perform in. They haven't been a blitzing team like Shamokin was. Now, if they don't blitz, that'll give us some opportunity to throw the football. But then again, who knows? After last week's game, they may come out and just fire everybody like Shamokin did. And if they fire everybody, that means we're in deep trouble again because we couldn't handle a blitz last week. And if they come in numbers the way Shamokin did, we don't know if we'll be able to handle it this week.
Okay, Coach. Thanks for stopping by. Listen, good luck tonight. Let's bring home a big win.
Okay, Warren. Thanks.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, as is our practice at the home games, we have with us the opposing coach for tonight's game from Lakeland Chiefs, and that is Coach Dan Case. Coach, your team is unknown, obviously, to Mount Carmel area. We played you one other time, and were you the head coach the last time we played?
Yeah.
Okay, you were. And you gave us a pretty thorough beating up there, as I remember.
Well, I think it was a lot closer than it looked.
Well, when you're in the stands, it never looks that way, but be that as it may. You came into Mount Carmel area tonight, and obviously Mount Carmel area lost a big game last week against Shamokin area, a big rival. And not only that, but they took a pretty good pounding. What do you see from Mount Carmel area tonight?
Well, looking at the films, I see a team that has a lot of size, and they have a nice tailback, they have a nice quarterback, and I have a great deal of respect for Coach Diminick. And we're expecting a very hard-fought game. We came off a tough loss last week also, so it's going to be who's going to bounce back.
You came into tonight's game. Is there any major injuries or you lose anybody critical?
We have 5 starters out tonight. We had 4 last week, so we're fighting the injury bug a little bit.
Well, that is too bad because you like to be at full strength. Mount Carmel area also came into the game. 2 or 3 starters are not going to play tonight also.
Right.
If I was going to ask you tonight what kind of game this is going to turn out to be, what would you tell me?
I don't know. I really don't know. I have to. I just think it's going to be a hard-fought game, and if you're thinking of are we going to throw the ball or are they going to throw the ball, I think we're going to feel each other out and do what we have to win the game, and that's about it.
Spoken like a true coach. Listen, thanks for stopping by, Coach. We appreciate it. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Mount Carmel Area High School Silver Bowl for tonight's game between the Red Tornadoes and the Lakeland Chiefs. A very small crowd tonight, Warren, and also a very small crowd from Lakeland.
Well, that's. I think we can almost understand Lakeland. That's one heck of a trek down here from Lakeland area down to this stadium. We're not all that well represented, and that's unfortunate. We lost a big game last week, but that absolutely would be no reason not to show up tonight and support the team.
Well, it's a big game tonight. Lakeland comes into the game 2 wins and 2 losses. The Tornadoes struggling at 1 and 3, but still a good opportunity for the Tornadoes to come back, get things rolling against a northern team that's going to get good representation from the TV stations up there and show them what Mount Carmel still has.
Well, they can certainly get back on the bandwagon with a big win here tonight, for sure. It'll bring them to 2 and 3, with a chance at a winning record this year. But they're going to have to win is what it's going to come down to. These are 2 evenly matched teams. Both coaches kind of had a guarded optimism about each other. Both felt that they had both lost, Lakeland area lost last week, but both came into the game feeling that they had a good feeling at practice, a good feeling about the kids, although Lakeland is going to be out 5 starters, so that may tell on their squad tonight.
Well, we'll be back here in 1 second for the kickoff. Kicking off for Lakeland Chiefs tonight is number 26, John Traffin. Deep for the Red Tornadoes, Hawkins, Sweetra, and Fantini. Tell you, Warren, we took a little grief over our film last week of Shamokin. Some of the Shamokin players saw it, and I think we're on their hit list.
Well, I think I'm still going to probably sleep tonight. I don't know about you.
Well, one thing we have to look at is we're WKMC, we're Mount Carmel, and we're going to support Mount Carmel right from these microphones.
Well, I'm not making any apologies. Obviously,
Oh, me either. I
called
saying,
the game
that's it.
last week the way I saw it, and that's the way it's going to stand.
So we're ready for the Chiefs. They probably won't see the film. Traffin kicks off, taken short by Fantini on about the 20-yard line, breaks it up the middle, brings it up to the 37-yard line. Nice run back, and the tackle made by number 63, Mark Gillespie of the Chiefs. First down, Red Tornadoes on a big, I think this first offensive series is really important for them to get off the ground.
Well, I spoke with Coach Dimmick before the game, and I asked him pretty much what he had planned for the offense in this game, and he gave me the standard answer, and it's pretty much the way he's done things forever. He's going to feel Lakeland out a little bit and get an idea what they do and don't do.
Hawkins on the pitch out around the left side, good for about a 5-yard gain. Tackle made by number 16, Ed Nanevich, and a dog breaks out across the field, and that got a better hand than Hawkins' run around the left side.
He's making a good run now, although he's out of bounds on the far side.
Second down for the Red Tornadoes, 11-12 left in this ball game. Left in the first quarter. Pitch to Hawkins around the right side, good for the first down and more. Tackle made in there by number 25, Nate Gilroy, and number 29, Jim Hill, but a nice run by Hawkins on that play, Warren, and good blocking on the right side.
Well, they certainly look sharp and crisp as they begin the game tonight. You go back a little bit about Coach Dimnick, about this feeling out process. Some coaches go into the game with a game plan. They stick to it no matter what. He more or less takes what the other team's going to give him, and he tries to capitalize on that.
Bird up the middle. Bullock carries the ball up the middle. Tackle made in there by number 85, John Prodzek. No gain. It'll be 2nd down and 10. Ball's on the 48-yard line of the Chiefs.
Damon and Greco into the Red Tornado lineup.
Shedleski on the straight drop, looking to Blossy, throws it over the middle to Hawkins, finds it right in the gap there and knocked out of bounds on the 30-yard line, but it'll be good for the Red Tornado, 1st down.
Well, that was a nice play, and that's exactly what happens when you give Shedleski a little bit of time. He had plenty of time there. He set up, he even double pumped once, was able to find his receiver underneath it, which was a safety valve receiver, I imagine, streaking across the inside, and picked up a nice gain.
Here's a strange play for the Red Tornadoes. You have trips left. And the Chiefs caught it and called a quick timeout. I mean, that's a Jazz Dimnick play that you don't see too often. And the Chiefs went, whoa, what is this? We have trips left facing us.
Yeah, I was going to say, you're not going to see us wide open like that very often. And they obviously were surprised by it, did the best thing they could by calling a timeout. I hope we go back to it because I would be interested to see what it is we do off that formation. We just don't see it that often. As we see Hawkins running in this game, Hawkins leads all ball carriers for the 1990 season with 4 games under his belt. He's rushed the ball 73 times for a total net gain of 341 yards. He far outdistances any other ball carrier we have. Bullock coming in second. He's rushed the ball for 21 times for 115 yards. But one of the noticeable things about Bullock is he has not lost any yardage. He does not get stopped behind the line of scrimmage, and that's a sign of a good fullback when you don't stop him like that behind the line of scrimmage.
You like this freshman Sinkovic's record there? 1 carry for 51 yards.
Yes, 1 for 51. His average is fabulous right now.
9:58 left in the first quarter. 1st down and 10, Red Tornadoes. And they don't go into the trips this time, but I think they're going to save that play. Shedleski rolling left, looking at Greco, takes the ball one-handed, good for about a 9-yard gain. Knocked out of bounds by number 21, Chris Urim.
Well, we do look crisp tonight. I'll say that on offensively. Anyway, we're doing pretty much whatever we want out there.
2nd down and 1, Red Tornadoes. The ball resting on the 21-yard line. Shedleski on Hawkins, right up the middle. Good for the 1st down. Tackled by number 74 of the Chiefs, Jim Klaus. Good blocking in there by the line to get him in there, though, Warren.
Well, they look good. They certainly do right now. I would mention as they huddle up on offense that Mount Carmel will be without 2 key players tonight. Tracy Harvey will not be in the lineup tonight. He suffers from a leg problem. He has an infection in his leg, and I looked at it before the game, and I'll tell you, you want my own opinion of it being a layman. It was horrible. I don't know how he's played with it this far, but he's going to give that a rest tonight.
Shedleski to Hawkins, tackled in the backfield, no gain, and the tackle made by number 55 of the Chiefs, Chris Zivats.
The other player who we're not going to see tonight, and unfortunately it looks like we're not going to see him the rest of the season, of course, is Eric Geary. He suffered a very bad concussion in a JV game against Marion Catholic this past week. And according to his doctors, it does not look like we're going to see him the rest of the season. We want to wish him the best and hope he fully recovers.
Shedleski rolls right, looking into the end zone, ducks one tackler and makes a nice run out of it. He gained about maybe 3 yards, and he tucked the ball when he had to and went.
Ball up to the 14-yard line. Number 55 making a stop for the Lakeland.
Tackle made in there by number 55, Chris Zivitz. There's 8 minutes left in the first quarter, and this is a big third down play for the Red Tornadoes. 3rd down and 6, the ball on the 15-yard line. Shedleski rolling left, looks for Blassie, takes the ball, tucks it away, and going up the middle and gets tackled after about a 5-yard gain by number 72, Tom Borszewski.
Number 26, John Stratton, making the defensive stop. Brings up a 4th down and 3 for the Red Tornadoes.
Well, 4th down and a big 4th down here for the Red Tornadoes, but they're going to go for it, Warren.
Well, they're going to have to, and obviously they need it for the confidence alone. They need to make it and put a score in here.
Pitch back to Hawkins, coming around the right side. Good for the 1st down and more.
But I'll tell you what, the guy who made that play was Kogut.
Yep.
He made a fabulous block on the outside. He crushed his guy, and he made that play.
On about the 2.5-yard line.
As we talk about the wounded, I would add there's one other one I spoke with down on the field. That would be number 85, Tom McDonald. And I wondered what had happened to him because we hadn't seen him for at least a couple of games. He has a back problem.
Shedleski to Bolick. Breaks around the right side, and he's down to the 1-yard line. Look at our statistician holding his one finger up. Boy, that was easy for me to call when he got to the 1. Jose's down there holding one finger up.
I want to say that Jose has gone high-tech.
Yes.
The era of high technology has hit the statistician and KMC.
Well,
because he's now faxing the statistics back and forth on a Friday afternoon.
Right.
So
Friday afternoon's fax day.
I guess we're in the big time now. Unfortunately, I don't have a fax machine, so I'm not quite in the same time that you guys are.
No score in the ball game. 6:15 left in the first quarter. Shedleski passes into catch. Good for the touchdown. Great play.
Beautiful play.
Boy, they were just waiting for us to come up the middle, and we just left one out there to the right end, and it worked great.
Yeah, he was wide open. He really was. Well, I'll tell you, we look 100% different than we did last week. Certainly, we're out here with more confidence more than anything. We're hitting, which was something we didn't do a lot of last week. And those are the main ingredients, believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen. Football is, I mean, you got X's and O's and blocks and tackles and stuff, but hitting, that's what it's all about out there. That's why you're wearing the pads. You hit somebody and good things usually happen.
Timeout called by the Red Tornadoes. They went initially, they had Fantana Rosa in to make the snap. I think they were thinking of Fantini kicking the extra point, but now it looks like Jazz has decided to go for 2 points.
This is true show of confidence by Coach Dimnick. Now we're going to actually kick the first extra point of the game, which is something he's loath to do usually.
Fantini's been kicking the ball very well. I was watching in practice before the game started, and he was putting them through from way back.
Well, I think that's just a personal preference of Coach Dimnick. I guess like any coach, he likes that 8 points up there quick, and that's what he goes for.
Shedleski will hold the ball. Fantini kicking the extra point. Snaps down and kicks up, but it's blocked. And the whistle blew before it was blocked. I'm not sure what that was all about.
As soon as he kicks it, they blow the whistle because the play's dead as soon as he kicks the ball in high school. And rather than get anybody hurt and all in a scuffle, they just prefer to blow the whistle early.
6:10 left in the first quarter. The score, the Red Tornadoes 6, the Lakeland Chiefs. Kicking off for the Red Tornadoes, number 32, Jason Fantini. Ball taken by number 29, Jim Hill, brings it up. Hit on the 30, but he falls forward to the 36-yard line. And the Chiefs will come out 1st down and 10. We noticed in practice before the game, Warren, Joe Vidala, the quarterback of the Chiefs, what an arm. He has a rifle for an arm, and I think they're just going to have to get in on him quickly tonight if they get into their passing situations.
Well, I got the impression from Lakeland, though, that they're more of a running type offense. They're an I formation power running team. I don't know how much they've passed up till now, but he didn't seem to feel that was his strong point.
27, the ball carrier, Brian Belotis. Tackle made in there by number 70, Scott Paul. Also down in the pile, number 1, Jeremy Blassie.
On the defensive side of the ball, the lineman of the game, which is a coincidence, he was the lineman of the game from last week. But Mike Fantanarosa leads the team in tackles with 30 total tackles. Kulik follows him with 23 tackles on the season.
Number 21, the ball carrier, Chris Urim. Tackle made in there by the cornerback, number 22, Mike Hawkins.
Mike put a good stick on him that time. He read that and filled the hole perfectly and really hit him good.
A pickup of 3 brings up a 3rd and 7 for the Chiefs.
Kogut comes into the defensive lineup for the Red Tornadoes for Scott Paul.
I should mention as I scan the stats here that Kulik is tied with Sinkovic at 23 tackles apiece behind Fantanarosa on the year.
3rd down and about 6 yards for the Chiefs. 4:28 left in the first quarter. Vidala dropping straight back, looking out to this right side, hits number 85. He breaks free from the cornerback Greco and taken down by the linebacker number 37, Sinkovic.
I'll tell you
Nate
what,
Gilroy made the catch, and that's that rifle arm I was taking back. He can really throw the ball.
but that was a good play by Sinkovic. He went to the ball, he was not in his coverage zone where it went, but he eluded Joey Greco there, and had Sinkovic not been following the ball, that was a touchdown. And he tackled him in what was a touchdown-saving tackle.
The ball's on the 49-yard line, 1st down and 10 for the Chiefs. Vidal at a 22 up the middle. Mike Krissa. We got some piles up of Tornadoes in there. You have Eric Trocki, number 41, 53, Fantanarosa, and also 64, Mike Kogut.
Now, looks like Fantan's going to be playing his usual solid football game out there on defense. He's at the bottom or in almost every pileup there is on defense.
2nd down and 7 for the Chiefs. Vidala pitches back to number 21, Chris Urim. Breaks it around the right side. Blossy makes a great stop in there. Grabbed him by the shoulder pads and brought him down.
Well, Blossy, he made it exactly the way a defensive end should play there. Strung it out, and we got to the sidelines. He reached in, he grabbed him, and he put him down.
3rd down and 6 for the Chiefs. 2:53 left in the first quarter. The Chiefs' uniforms very similar if they were red and white to the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah, they seem to be patterned after them. The same emblem on their helmets and all down there.
Vidal on a straight drop back. Fantanarosa in there, grabs Vidal, spins him around. He's still running, and they finally finish him off in there. Blossy, Trocki, Fantanarosa, Kulik, all in on the play, making a great stop on Vidal.
Sinkovic was in there too.
And I'll tell you what, they blasted him in there. He was really hit hard.
Well, at the moment, we're controlling both sides of the ball. We're controlling the offensive line and the defensive line right now.
4th down and about 14 for the Chiefs. Ball's on the 48-yard line. 2:15 left in the first quarter. The score, the Red Tornadoes 6, the Chiefs 0. Back to punt for Lakeland, number 88, Ed Pigeon. Pigeon kicks the ball, it's hit by number 30, Jamin. He picks the ball up, brings it around the right side, fumbles the ball, and recovered by Jamin. So the Red Tornadoes will take over 1st down and 10 on the 38-yard line.
I'm going to say Aaron certainly made that one an interesting return from start to finish there. And of course, Aaron's just returning to the lineup after a 2-game absence with a severe ankle sprain, so this is his first game back.
Chidleski pitches to Hawkins, breaking around the left side, good for 5 yards, and this is the kind of offense we've been looking for out of the Red Tornadoes. Tackle made by number 32, Charlie Runco. Flag on the play, though, Warren.
What was so frustrating about these losses is that, and Coach Dimnick said it best, he said there was no team that was that much better than us as far as, physically or mentally, physically and executing wise. There was no one that much better than us, but mentally, these teams are coming into the game with an attitude that they could beat us, and they were. And that was unusual for Mount Carmel area because usually we had the attitude that there was no one that was going to beat us. Tamaulipas showed it. which was unusual even for them. And then we really saw it displayed last week at Shamokin area when they came in here. I mean, they came in like gangbusters, and we just were flat. We just didn't have what it took mentally to win the game. Now, tonight, we look a lot differently. You can say by the way we're moving around out there how much different we are.
After a holding call to the Red Tornadoes, they're faced with a first down and 15. Shedleski to Hawkins up the middle, and he's stopped after about a 1-yard gain by number 55, Chris Zivats. That's a great name. It's spelled Grzywacz, and they say, and he says Zivats.
Yeah, they
got a rough time with that spelling and pronunciation.
They got a couple of beauties on their lineup as far as name goes. I'll say that. I'm glad I don't fool much with the other team's lineup.
Thanks.
Your job.
Second down and 14. 39 seconds left in the first quarter. Trips left for the Red Tornadoes. Shedleski, Bird around the right side, and boy, one tackle, and he could have been gone almost. He gains about 2 yards, though.
Well, I'll tell you what, he only gained 2 yards, but he hit number 74, which is the biggest kid out there. He ran right over him and went on to gain, because he was hitting the backfield by 74, took him head on, squared his shoulders and ran right through him. And that kid is the biggest kid out there, number 74.
Tornadoes faced with a third down and 12, 4 seconds, 3, and I don't think they'll get the playoff in the first quarter.
And that is the end of the first quarter.
That's the end of the first quarter with the score: the Red Tornadoes 6, the Lakeland Chiefs 0. First down and 10, Red Tornadoes. The ball on the 37-yard line. Third and 13. Shedleski hits Jamin.
Jamin.
Breaking over the middle. Tackle made by number 32, Charlie Runco.
Brings up a fourth and about 1.5.
Fourth down, about 1.5 for the Red Tornadoes, and I'm sure they're in a punting situation here. Bolick again booming the ball. I think he probably has a pretty good average, doesn't he, Warren?
Well, I'll tell you what. Remember we were discussing him. We'll let him punt, and I'll get back to this.
Fontana-Rosa's snap back to Bolick, and he sends another boomer. It's a nice kick taken on the 25 by number 21, Chris Urim. Breaks it around the left side. He finds an opening, and it's down to Bolick to make the tackle. He's still on the sideline going. Trockey missed him and finished off by number 70, Scott Paul. And a nice run by Chris Urim.
Well, let me get back to Bolick punting. Bolick has punted so far this year 18 times for a total of 698 yards. When you figure that out, he's punting at a 38.8 yards per punt average, Bob, and that is phenomenal in high school. And I'll bring you to the long one, the one we watched down in this stadium a couple of games ago, went 74 yards.
Wow. Flag on the play. Chiefs have a first down and 10 on the 33-yard line, but it looks like somebody was lined up offside for the Chiefs. A procedure call. So that moves the ball back to the 37, 38-yard line. First down and 15, 10:46 left in the second quarter. Vidal on a quarterback sneak up the middle, right over a Wild Bill, and they'll never pull that one off. He held him after about 3 yards, but I'm not sure what they were trying to pull there.
The big guy, you're not going to run over the big guy. It just doesn't happen. Maher has on the season 22 total tackles, 2 of those for minus yardage in the backfield. So he's having his usual good season as he did last year. It would be third in total tackles on the season for Mount Carmel area.
Chiefs face a second down and 10. Vidal up the middle to number 22, Mike Crissa. Tackles made in there by Trockey on the bottom, and also number 53, Fontana-Rosa, and number 64, Mike Kogut. We have an official's timeout here for some equipment adjustments.
One thing I would point out, we're talking about the kicking game and Bolick having such a fine season punting, but what you haven't noticed, and I haven't even noticed it myself, we listen here to kickoffs, and Fantini's kicked the ball off 10 times for a 43.3-yard average.
Which is good. 3rd down and 6. Short pass over the middle and dropped by number 25, Nate Gilroy. But I'll tell you, Vidala has a rifle of an arm. He can get it there quick. 4th down and 6 for the Chiefs. Ball's on the 29-yard line, but they're going for it.
Well, you're looking at two teams with basically nothing to lose here, so they're not going to be playing anything really cautious as we go into this game.
Vidal on the straight drop back. He only takes 3 steps, and that time he overthrew number 29, Jim Hill. He just had a little too much on it that time.
He has a rifle of an arm. When he lets it go, he really lets it fly.
Well, the Red Tornadoes hold. We have a 1st down and 10 for the Red Tornadoes with 9:25. First down and 10, Red Tornadoes. Shedleski to Hawkins, bringing around the left side. Tackle made in there by number 26, John Traffin.
I think one of the telling stats about this season and why we come out at 1-3 is something I haven't seen in a Mount Carmel team in a long time is total first downs going into this game. We were out first down 47-39, and that's unusual for us. Our 3rd down efficiency is way below 40%, which is another telling factor in how our offense has sputtered so far in the season.
2nd down and 9. Shedleski on the drop. Play fake. Blossy wide open. Takes the ball in about the 35 and knocked out of bounds on the 38-yard. He took it on the 45 and knocked out of bounds on the 38. But a great play fake in there. He faked the ball up the middle. Everybody made it look like it was a run, and Shedleski put the ball on his hip, rolled back. There was Blossy wide open for a great play for the Red Tornadoes.
Well, we knew Shedleski could pass given the time. That was a given coming into the season, but a pleasant surprise, I think, so far this season is both Aaron Jamin and Blossy. With both of those kids coming back next year, it certainly, bodes well for the future of those two guys.
Penalty on the play, and I think number 81 Catch is lined up offside. That's what they're looking at, it looks like.
Well, we'll give you a couple more stats here since we had them faxed all around the universe today. We might as well read some of them. I think another...
Oh, no, it's the Chiefs offside.
Another stat we're going to see is the total net yards on offense for Mount Carmel area was 731 going into this game. Our opponents is 1,073. Total offensive plays, Mount Carmel area has 188. The opponents 203. So we're pretty much on the losing end of almost every one of these.
It was offside against Catch, number 81.
Ball is brought back to the 43-yard line. That brings up a 1st and 15.
Tornadoes will have a 1st and 15, 8:43 left in the first half. Score Red Tornadoes 6 and the Chiefs 0. Shedleski rolling to his right. Nice stop block made in there by Maher again. Looking downfield, and a nice catch made by number 1, Blossy.
Blossy really looks good. He really looked good. He's fired up out there too. He's having a good time right now.
First down, Red Tornadoes with the ball on the 21-yard line. 8:33 left in the second quarter.
Jeremy's only a junior, and of course Aaron's a sophomore, so we'll be hearing those names at least for a couple more years down here.
Greco in motion, the pitch back to him, breaks it up through the middle and stopped after about a 2-yard gain.
Go back to that last pass play. There was a lot of good things happening there. Shedleski was running around, but he kept a cool head. He was watching his receivers. He found a receiver way downfield after scanning the field. You also had some good blocking. I think Maher made 3 separate blocks in the backfield to keep Shedleski running on that play. And then, of course, you had a great catch by Blasi at the end of it. So there were a lot of good things happening on that play all around.
2nd down and 8. Shedleski pitches back to Hawkins, breaks it around the right side, cuts it back, good for about a 5-yard gain. And I'll tell you what, he's been capable of getting 5-6 yards on every carry.
Tim Klaus and Brian Emack making the defensive stop for the Lakeland Chiefs. Brings up a 3rd and about 4. With an update on the Shamokin scores now. Shamokin 14, Hazleton 7.
7 minutes left in the first half. 3rd down and 4 for the Red Tornadoes. Shedleski changing the play. Up the middle to Bullock. He found a hole there, and he gets the first down. And I think Shedleski called that play up on the line.
He saw something there and made a great move on the line of scrimmage there to call the play.
It is a 1st down for the Red Tornadoes.
I'm sure that Shedleski, as we go through the season, he is not getting nearly enough credit. He is a good quarterback. He's just playing in front of, at times, a young line, an inexperienced line, and that makes his production somewhat spotty, but he's a heads-up ball player, and he has never, throughout any of these games, lost his composure.
1st down and goal to go. Hawkins
Touchdown.
good for the touchdown.
That was a little trick play there.
But what they did there was they lined Greco up at tailback and put Hawkins at wing and brought Hawkins on a crossing play.
As I said, with nothing to lose, we're gonna see all the plays we have in the playbook, I'm sure, tonight to try and rack up a big score and get these kids on our winning track again. We're gonna go for the 2 points now, Bob. The more comfortable 2 points.
Greco in motion. Shedleski rolling right. He's going to run it in. And he makes it. Good for the 2.
That was another good play. He made a decision early to run, and that's exactly the way the play's designed. If that guy that goes in the end zone breaks open free quickly, throw it. If he doesn't, tuck the ball in and run for the end zone, and he did exactly what he was asked to do there.
Fantini kicks off. Ball taken by number 26 or number 16, Ed Nenenwitz, and he's tackled on the 29-yard line by the Sweet Pea.
Now you see, there's the P. P's in there. He sneaks, and you don't even see him go in there, and boom, he makes the tackle.
Kovic and Tweetra making the defensive stop for the Tornadoes.
I keep trying to suggest to Coach Dimnick, subtly, that we need to see more of the P here, and I think that might right us. That's my opinion, of course, but I keep trying to suggest that to him.
You have every right to your opinion, Warren.
Thanks.
Vidala keeps the ball around the left side. Nice tackle made in there by number 87, Kulik, and he held his end too.
Yeah, that was a good play on Kulik's part. And again, you're seeing him this week the ends are making the play either behind the line of scrimmage or right along the line of scrimmage, and that's what you want them to do. If they start making the play 5 yards back, you know that there's something going wrong out there.
2nd down and 10. 5:33 left in the first half.
21.
Vidala to number 21,
Fumble.
Chris Urim. There's a fumble on the play, rolling out bounds, but I think the Tornadoes got it.
I don't know if is he going to. Yes, he did. He gave it
First
to us.
down, Red Tornadoes.
It was hard to see because it looked like it was rolling out of bounds. That was Bullock.
Bullock making that recovery before the ball went out of bounds. 1st and 10, Red Tornadoes on the Lakeland 37. Timeout officials for equipment adjustment.
We had a heads-up play while there was no play going on. Catch was trying to tie his shoe on the bench. The fumble occurred. He wasn't ready, so he ran out with his shoe untied and told the official that for a timeout he had an equipment problem. It was a heads-up play without even having a play that time.
Hawkins the lone back. Shedleski fakes to Hawkins, hits Blasi across the middle. He's stuck in there by number 29, Jim Hill, but it's good for another Tornado first down.
Well, I talked about Blasi and Jamin, and they come into this game after 4 previous games, both of them tied with 8 catches apiece. And they're really going at it right now.
First down and 10, Red Tornadoes, the ball on the 23-yard line. 4:26 left in the first half. Got trips left again. Shedleski to Hawkins up the middle, breaks it free, into the open, still going. Touchdown, Red Tornadoes, a nice run, open field running by Mike Hawkins.
All Mike Hawkins there it was. Hit 2 or 3 times. You thought he was stopped dead there, spun out, scored a touchdown. All Mike Hawkins, all second effort, individual effort there. And we do look good tonight, Bob.
Whoa.
I have to say that. We came out with our helmets on tonight.
Mount Carmel will go for 2. Shedleski rolls right, looking in the end zone. He's going to tuck the ball away and try to get in, and he's stopped short of the extra point. There's 4:14 left in the first half. The score, the Red Tornadoes 20, the Lakeland Chiefs 0.
Well, I'll tell you what, Bob. This Lakeland team, although they had 2 losses, and apparently last week they were upset. They were not expected to lose last week. They came in a pretty highly rated team. There were some good things said about them up in the north, and they were expected to contend for a title. And right now, they're being handled by the Big Red. So that's certainly a good sign for us.
Fantini kicked to number 16, breaking it up the middle around the right side, and down under the bottom. The tackle was made by number 37, Sinkovic, number 70, Scott Paul, and number 35, Mazatesta. And boy, they popped him in there.
And the P was in there. He was in there. You better not be giving him credit over here now. I tell you, one of the kids we don't get a chance to say because it's usually a punt return or something. But Mazatesta is having a good year on the punt coverage.
He's in there all the time.
He really does. I mean, I think we say his name almost every time as far as either making the initial stop or bringing the guy down.
3:53 left, the ball on the 28-yard line. Vidal on a straight drop back, Blasi in after him, Bill Maher, he fumbles the ball, but it's recovered by one of the Chiefs.
I don't know how he even did that.
He scared him. It was his foot.
He hit it off his knee, I guess, and he was moving.
That's it.
But he just dropped the ball as he was running. He had Blasi hot on his heels. And I'll tell you, Blasi's come out blowing fire out of his nose tonight. He's unstoppable offensively and defensively.
Then maybe we'll watch here on instant replay what happened.
We have that?
One of these years. Second down and about 13 for the Chiefs. Vidal on the straight drop back. Starts rolling to his left. Kulik in on him. He lets one fly, and it's blocked by Kulik.
I'll tell you what, Kulik made a good play there, and he showed you a little bit of speed. He was step for step with that quarterback and would not let him get around the end, and finally he had to throw the ball, and he threw it in such a way that on the run like that Kulik was able to get a hand out there.
The Chiefs face with a third down and about 15, and they just haven't been able to put anything together offensively with this tough Tornado defense.
Well, this is what I guess Coach Dimmick was completely right about it, and what other people have seen. Talent-wise, we haven't. We're a good team. There's some good players out there. It's just that we aren't able to put the thing together on a consistent basis and play a full game that way.
Timeout called by the Lakeland Chiefs.
I might add, as we had that timeout there, that we see that the ball boys, of course, we have Carmi's son, young Carmi, and we have Jose's son out there, Jed Gonzalo. And, of course, we have your son, who, was my good friend, the Shuttle Bus Elf. And I might add, he's playing the game tonight as a ball boy with a broken little pinky.
That's it.
Which is painful. He's taped up, but he's there on the sidelines, and he promises to play. He plays for the Jets on Sunday, Who are they playing this Sunday?
They're playing the Pottsville Maroons.
And he has promised to be there with injury and all, so he's a tough guy out there.
3rd down and 13 for the Chiefs. Vidala sends a man in motion on the straight drop back. Looking long downfield to number 88. And he and Bullock got tangled up in there, but it was broken up nicely. Actually, Bullock stayed right with that receiver all the way. There was no way he was going to take that ball.
You know, there was a case. I don't know if you were watching, Bob. You saw Carmi. Carmi saw the play right away and started yelling that they had the extra guy lined up, and we weren't. Or initially, we didn't cover him, and he knew the play right away, and he yelled it just in time, and they covered the big guy coming out of the backfield. But I give him credit there. He saw it immediately. As soon as they lined up, he knew what it was going to be, and we didn't. So he was able to yell in there and get their attention.
Jamin and Hawkins deep for the Red Tornadoes. Number 88, Ed Pigeon, will be kicking for the Chiefs. 2:53 left in the first half. This is what I was saying. This will give the Red Tornadoes an opportunity. It's coming Hawkins' way. The ball bounces. Chuck Mann made a nice block in there trying to get 83 out of the way. And the ball's down on the 34-yard line.
One of the strong points, of course, of Mount Carmel area has always been like a punt return, that lightning strike. This year, it has not occurred. We've only returned a total of 5 punts all year. And Hawkins has the best average of the group at 5.8 yards with his longest run, 17-yard return. So we're not the same Mount Carmel area team as we were in the past as far as that return goes.
Greco in motion, the ball up the middle to Bullock. Gains about 3 yards. Tackle made by number 22, Mike Chrissa. Tornadoes faced with a 2nd down and 7, 2:12 on the clock. Jamin coming into the ball game for number 81, Catch.
I'll tell you what, Bob, I like this fax machine thing. I got every one of these statistics at the tip of my fingers there. Look at this.
We have to hook one up in your truck for you. What we really need in your truck is a portable phone. That's what we need.
I'm going to work on that.
Greco in motion. Ball to Hawkins, bring it around the left side. Gain of about maybe 4 or 5 yards. Tackle made by Ed Pigeon. But we're down to 1:42 on the clock, and it's just running down here.
And number 88, Ed Pigeon, making the defensive stop. 3rd and about 1.
Catchy back into the Tornado lineup. Tornadoes in a full house backfield. Shedleski carrying the ball, good for a 1st down.
That was almost like a slow motion quarterback sneak there. Everybody kind of stopped for a second.
Timeout. They're signaling for. It looked like for a minute there they were going to measure, and the stick was on the back side of the yard line, and the ball was on the front side.
Well, the way you can tell that a quarterback sneak worked was when you watch the center, number 57. Now he's a little shaken up right now, but Costello got off the bottom of the pile, a good 3 yards past the marker. If he got that far with his block, you picked up the 1st down.
Ball's on the 45-yard line. 1:21 in the first half. Tornadoes leading 20-0. Bootleg around the left side. Shedleski's tackled on the 50-yard line.
Tough running by Bryant.
Brought down by John Traffin and Brian Salota.
Down to 1:03 in the first half. There's got to be a pass coming along here any second now, I think, Warren.
2nd and 5.
I gave up calling plays. Every time I call a play, it's something else. I'm not going to do that. I'm not doing it anymore.
I called it this time. Shedleski rolling to his left. And I'm not sure what that was. I think maybe
he just kind of got rid of it there to avoid a sack. He had a lot of pressure that time. I guess you feel pretty proud of yourself now. You call that play right on a button, huh?
44 seconds left in the first half. I was concentrating there.
I noticed you're not paying any attention to me at all
I
whatsoever.
missed you on that one altogether. Shedleski to Hawkins on the reverse to Greco. Brings it around the right side. Good for the 1st down, I'd say.
Greco on the reverse, brought down by number 26, John Traffin. Timeout for a measurement.
We're going to have...
you're sitting right on the line.
Well, it looks like a 1st down to me.
I thought he had it as soon as they marked the ball.
But they're going to measure it. Well, that's the first time I tried calling one this year, and I missed 2.
No, you were right on the pass play.
Oh, that's right. This was the reverse afterwards.
For me, I'm about 0 for 10 on calling the play, so I've given up. I know my limitations on that area.
First down, Red Tornadoes are on the Chiefs' 44-yard line, but there is only 35 seconds left on the clock in the first half. Greco now at tailback with Hawkins at the wing. Greco to Hawkins, pitch back to Shedleski. Here's the razzle-dazzle play. Jamin is out there.
Oh, he caught that.
He caught it.
Yeah, he did catch that.
Caught it down on about the 18-yard line.
My goodness, what a wing that was.
Wow, what a great play by the Red Tornadoes.
Good play. Shedleski really let it go there, and Jamin made a great catch over in the side, way over in the far sideline. And I wasn't sure if they were going to call him in or not way over there.
I think they're going to start the clock, though, because I'm not sure he got out of bounds. We're going to watch here. There they go. They are starting the clock with only 20 seconds left. It's down to 16. They're going to get a quick one off here. I think this is another pass play. Shedleski rolling to his left, looking downfield. Look at Hawkins down the middle. Touchdown, Red Tornadoes.
Oh, that was a nice play.
What a nice play.
There again, you give Shedleski the time. Let him look around the field, and he'll drill the ball into you. There again, he hit a secondary, or that might even been the third receiver in the pattern, which was another safety valve receiver. They left him wide open. Hawkins made a nice catch and ran it in. But give the credit to Shedleski again there. Great play. Once again,
you heard it first here on WKMC. We said they left them with 2 minutes and 50 seconds. We were going to score again.
It'll be a pleasure to visit Jose for the stats again in this half now.
He'll be smiling tonight. Shedleski rolling right. There's a penalty on the play.
Yeah, it flew almost right away. I don't know what they're going to – it might be motion. I don't know what that would be. It's like it's against them.
Offside against the Chiefs. And when that happens, that's somebody lined up offside.
Well, you can afford to do it there because if there's really no penalty there. I mean, where are you going to move the ball? It's down to, I guess, the 1 now.
Shedleski looking over the middle. Ooh. Threw it right through the hands of Jamin. We have 2 seconds left in the first half. With the score, the Red Tornadoes 26, the Lakeland Chiefs 0. Fantinio kickoff for the Red Tornadoes. He does a squibber, and look at this. Tornadoes were in on it. I think they have it.
Well, that's the end of the half anyway. It won't make any difference.
Ball recovered by 25, Joe Greco, and they did cover the ball.
Well, like I said, they put out all the stops tonight. They're
did.
all working right now.
What a great play. Well, that's the end of the first half. The score, the Red Tornadoes 26, the Lakeland Chiefs 0. We'll be back with Warren and the stats in just 1 second. We're here at halftime with the stats by Warren and also the camera by George McPhee.
Well, let me say the stats are not by Warren. I just run down and get them. We're going to wait up for me to get the stats. We'd be in deep trouble.
That's what they put on the TV, though. They put stats by Warren.
Jose Gonzalo does the stats. I just read them.
All right.
And they're pretty easy to read this week. We have, in the rushing department, Mount Carmel rushed the ball 23 times for a total of 110 yards. They passed the ball 9 of 10 for 151 yards. The first down, Mount Carmel had 15, Lakeland has 1, Bob, and that pretty much reflects how Lakeland's playing so far. In the individual statistics, Hawkins has rushed the ball 12 times for 74 yards, Bolick 5 times for 16, Joey Greco 2 for 7, and Brian Shedleski 4 for 13. And I'm sure Brian would love to hear that since he's always in the minus
column.
Minus column at halftime. He's really doing well this week. In the receptions, and here's where the big ones, Blossing's caught 3 passes for 68 yards, Jamin 2 for 40 yards, Hawkins 2 for 33, Joey 1 for 9, and Catch 1 for 1 yard. One of the statistics that he wanted me to read tonight was that Brian Shedleski in the first half at one point had completed 7 straight passes. And the string was broken, unfortunately, on an intentional grounding right on the sidelines there right towards the end of the half. So he was on a real roll tonight as far as passing.
Well, he made sure that he wasn't going to throw an interception. And Brian has played a heads-up ball tonight. I mean, we've noticed on when he's been able to tuck the ball and run with it, and also on the times when he's throwing the ball.
Well, you give him some time, and he's going to be the quarterback everyone said he was. We just haven't been able to see it because he's been someone under extreme pressure or some breakdowns here and there in the offense. But when you see a mix like this, you got 110 yards rushing, 151 passing. We're pretty well balanced, and we're pretty much doing whatever we want offensively right now, Bob.
Warren, one thing we want to say here at halftime is we want to tell everybody that's watching us tonight, Breakfast Club Friday mornings at 7:30. It's for everybody. I had someone tonight again tell me, well, he thought it was for businessmen and whoever. I said, no, it's for anybody that's off, anybody that can get in there. You come in some mornings when you're going to work right on the truck.
Right. Well,
so
that's
I mean,
pretty much the way I'm there.
It doesn't matter. I mean, anybody that can come that morning. We're there from 7:30 till 9. It's a good time. You meet with the coaches, meet with the boys, the players of the game.
That's the best part, I think.
It's great. It's just a great time, but we need more people there. We average about maybe 18 to 25,
yeah.
And we have a room big enough for 45.
Yeah, so try and get there, please. You're going to enjoy it. Everybody's welcome. Everybody. You don't have to be dressed up. You don't have to be anything. Just show up. Come in your pajamas if you want. We'll be there. We'll be back with the start of the second half any moment. We got to work on ice.
Back here at the start of the second half, and if you'd get your soda in the beginning of the second half, you'd have ice in it.
I don't get a soda. I don't get ice. Then you move the broken chair my way. I think we're really starting to have some problems up here in the booth.
The problem with you is you go down for the stats and you miss the soda delivery by none other than the superintendent, Mr. Namey, and you have to give him credit.
Well, I'm going to give him credit, but I'm also going to talk to him about ice.
And the producer's also saying behind us there that you harassed the producer, and if you didn't, you'd have ice. Back to the game. No, not back to the game. Back to the halftime.
Yes.
54 cheerleaders on the field for the Lakeland band with 26 band members.
I would guess that every girl in that school is a cheerleader.
54?
At some point in time during the year.
54 cheerleaders. Unbelievable.
That's a lot of uniforms.
A lot of uniforms.
You can see what the bill for that is.
That's why there's not that much of a student body.
Fog bowl.
That's what's starting to see the fog bank come in over the. Looks like it's coming in from the east side. Could that be?
That could be.
Well, it's definitely coming in from the east end. I was afraid to call that first, but it is in the east side of the stadium.
I'll tell you what, even we seem more up starting the second half than last week. Fantini has the kickoff. Taken again by 16, bounces around on about the 22-yard line, breaks it to the left side. Mazzatesta was down on the bottom, actually on his and Sweet Pea. Okay, the P was there, and also number 87 Kulik.
Well, I'll tell you, you see Mazzatesta and Sweetra on the special teams mostly, but they're doing a heck of a job. They really are. I mean, you see them; they're down there every time. They don't miss.
First down and 10 for the Chiefs. The ball on the 28-yard line.
Fumble.
Fumble on the play.
We have it. We do.
Recovered by the Red Tornadoes, and everything is going red tonight.
Lakeland's definitely having their problems on the field.
Ball recovered by number 87, Tommy Kulik.
I am sure the Chiefs did not want to start the second half in this fashion.
Well, 11:20 left in the third quarter. 26-0. Red Tornadoes lead. Shedleski sets the Tornadoes. Hawkins, the ball carrier, breaks it up the middle. Good for about another 6-yard gain, and I'll tell you tonight, he's gaining 6 yards a carry. Getting up off of the bottom of the pile, number 74, Jim Klaus.
Well, nobody won the car at halftime, Bob. We want to point that out. We had two contestants. One got kind of close there, but not enough to get over the goalpost.
Not yet.
So the car is safe for another week, ladies and gentlemen.
Shedleski to Greco on the reverse, and he carries for about maybe 3 or 4 yards. And it seems like 1 or 2 blocks would break that tailback.
He just needs one step there to get away. You're right. You keep thinking he's going to buzz loose there,
it's
one
so
guy
close
gets him.
to going.
You know, on the field, I'm sure he feels the same way. He sees the daylight and he thinks, this is it, I'm going. And he gets that one step and somebody grabs his heel and puts him down.
3rd down and 3 for the Red Tornadoes. Shedleski fakes to Hawkins, takes it on the bootleg around the left side. Good for the Red Tornado, 1st down.
Finally brought down by number 32, Charlie Runco, with help from Jim Hill. It is enough for a 1st down for the Red Tornadoes. 1st and 10 with the ball just outside the 15-yard line of the Chiefs.
First down and 10, the ball on the 16-yard line. 9:36 left, 26-0 Red Tornadoes. Shedleski looking over the middle, broken up nicely in there by number 55, the middle linebacker of the Chiefs, Chris. And here we go again, Zivats.
He made a nice play there because that was a perfectly thrown pass. He just got in there at the last second and knocked it down, or Jamie would have had a reception.
2nd and 10.
Takes me a while to get that name because I have the spelling of his name here in the program, and then the phonetic spelling over to the
Well,
left.
it's said completely different
Right,
than
then
it's
it's
spelled. You
right.
would never guess that's the way you'd pronounce it.
2nd down for the Red Tornadoes. Bullock in motion. Pitch back to Hawkins. Coming the short side of the field. Breaks it through. And we'll see, is he good for the 1st down there, Warren? Yes, he is. 1st down, Red Tornadoes. He's on the 2.5, and we'll have 1st down and goal to go.
Well, again, this is something we haven't done in the last couple of games. We got a couple of breaks, not many, grant you. We had a couple of breaks, and we just couldn't do anything with them. Now you see a fumble early at the 30-yard line. We march right down the field at a 2 with a 1st down. You know, hopefully we're going to put it in, and that's how you win a game. You capitalize on a mistake, and a lot of times that's the difference in a game.
Trockey into the backfield, so they have the 2 big backs, Trockey and Bullock. Handed off right behind them to Hawkins, and he's in standing up. And boy, that was two great blocks by number 1 by the line of the Red Tornadoes, but number 2 by Eric Trockey and Jamie Bullock.
Yeah.
They shot him right through there.
Well, that's the design of the play. You put those 2 big guys in there, and you tell them to ram into the line, and they only have to get a 2-yard surge, and it's a touchdown. That's what they did.
Sinkovic now into the lineup for the Red Tornadoes.
Looks like we're gonna.
Bullock's going to try the extra point this time. Nope. Okay. Bullock's coming off.
I'm not sure what. I think he just wanted to go in there and see if he could get it.
Snaps down, and we have flags on the play. In fact, we have a little bit of fighting going on in the middle of the line there.
I got to try to remember to ask Coach Dimmick what we were doing on that play. We couldn't make our mind up on which kicker or what we were doing there.
The penalty on the play is offside Chiefs.
They're going to have to work on that because they were offside now twice in a row on a extra point attempt.
Snaps back, placement's down, kicks up, and it's blocked.
We definitely need more work in that department there.
With 9:13 left in the 3rd quarter, the score, the Red Tornadoes 32, the Lakeland Chiefs 0. Fantini kicking off, kicking it in the direction of Ed Nanowitz again. He takes it on about the 15-yard line. He's been breaking it to the middle every time, and this particular time, as he drew the Red Tornadoes to the center of the field, he brought it back to the right, and the tackle was made in there by number 70, Scott Paul.
He made a nice play. You're right. They run their kickoff almost exactly the same way every time.
Every play.
They start him and they move him opposite to where he catches the ball. That time he started the move. He quickly stopped and turned, and he almost went up the sideline. And my guess is, from the looks of it, that's a design play. That's what they try to do sooner or later during the game. I will say, if they continually get scored upon, they're going to have a lot of time to work on that particular play.
Ball on the 44-yard line, 1st down and 10, 8:46 left in the 3rd quarter. Vidala hands the ball off to number 27, Brian Baladas, and he carried it for about probably 3 yards, and the tackle made by number 84, Chuck Mann, and number 37, Joe Sinkovic. Fantini in at nose guard now for Bill Maher, and this is the Tornadoes' opportunity to look at a couple different players in key positions.
Yeah, we'll give Wild Bill a little bit of rest here.
Videla on the bootleg around the left side, and he runs out of bounds probably after a first down.
That was, our spotter just, I was going to say, our spotter just called it an option play. It didn't look like that because he stopped so fast at the line of scrimmage when we penetrated, but that is, I guess that's what it was going to be, was an option to that side.
Yeah, ran his halfback.
We haven't seen that. We haven't seen him do that much tonight. It was a broken up play to begin with, but he managed to get a first down out of it. He did it with some nice individual effort on his part.
First down and 10, Chiefs on the 45-yard line. It looks like an official's timeout. There was a little fisticuffs going on over on the Lakeland sideline. I think he's warning both teams right now. He's telling them, this is it, guys. We're going to keep it calm and take it right from there. So that's what's going on.
Well, I just finished my warm soda. It was really good.
Great.
I guess yours is still cold, huh?
Mine's still cold.
I figured.
Number 22, the ball carrier. Stop made in there. You see Scott Paul, Joe Greco down on the bottom of the pile. And number 89, Belfani. Second down and about 4 for the Chiefs. The ball on the 39-yard line.
Belfani's going to fill that in position over on the far side, on our right side now, in defensive line.
Videla on the short drop back, hits number 89, the tight end, and tackle made in there by Greco. Or 88, Ed Pigeon.
First down for the Lakeland Chiefs. Greco on the defensive stop. Ball now on the 29.
Well, the Chiefs got a drive going right now, Bob. They're looking pretty sharp on this one. They mixed it up a couple of passes. They ran that option play and whatever.
Number 22, the ball carrier, breaks right through the middle. He's still going with the ball, and Hawkins, the last man to make the tackle, brings him out of bounds on the 5-yard line. But that was the ball carrier, Mike Chrissa, and that was a nice run by the back from the Lakeland Chiefs.
Well, now that we're on the 5, we're putting the big boys went back into the game. You get Kogut, Wild Bill back in there.
Timeout, Red Tornadoes.
Who's starting us? 6:55 left in the third quarter. The score, the Red Tornadoes 32, the Chiefs 0. Chiefs on a drive here down on the 5-yard line. Ball up the middle to number 22, Mike Chrissa. Down in on the tackle, Fantana Rosa, Kogut, Greco, and Bill Maher also down under the pile.
I might add to show a little bit of my versatility at halftime. Not only did I get the stats, but I made it into the Super Box and visited the teachers this week who are occupying the Super Box.
Vidala gives the ball to number.
Ooh,
oh,
yeah.
Great play made in there by
Good
the
hit.
Red Tornado defense.
Who's that guy getting up? Is that Wild Bill?
Wild Bill got up.
Wild Bill Maher.
But you also over on that side of the line, you know, really holding it down is Fantana Rosa,
Oh, you had Belfani over there. Fantana
Belfani,
Rosa.
Kulik, and Greco, or Sinkovic and Greco. All 4 of them were really in on that pile up. Third down and about 2 for the Chiefs. Vidala to number 22, Chrissa, and he's in. I thought he was stopped again, but he just got in by inches.
Yeah, he was right. He was stopped right at the goal line, but the ball must have broken the plane there for the touchdown.
And before the Chiefs kick the extra point, what teachers are in the Super Box, Warren? Ronnie it's Ronnie, Mrs. Wyzachansky. She's an elementary teacher. Her family's in there, and they own the Super Box tonight.
Well, that's the entire Teachers Association,
They
though, right?
right,
It
but
was-
I think somehow they had a drawing and one teacher
Oh,
got.
I see. Okay,
That's
I didn't
what
quite understand how they worked
think
that.
occurred tonight. Chiefs going for 2. Number 29 in the end zone, Jim Hill, and he completes Vidala pass. Vidala's pass is a bullet over there. It just goes over there like a
Yeah,
rocket.
he really does. He has a sharp passing arm.
We're at 5:45 in the third quarter. The score, the Red Tornadoes 32, the Lakeland Chiefs 8. 26, Trathen kicking off. He kicks the squibber, covered
All
by
right.
Number 75, Bill Maher.
Wow, Bill did a great job there. You know, guys like him don't get to see the football much, so that was sort of a new thing for him to begin with, and he did exactly what you want him to do.
47-yard line of the Red Tornadoes.
Do we get to credit him as a carry now? Was that a punt return or a kickoff return? How are we going to credit him?
I'll give him a yard. Jose won't. I will.
Jose won't. We're going to be more magnanimous and give him a yard.
Mag what?
I'm sorry. The word for tonight is magnanimous. I was
Okay.
practicing all day.
We'll look that one up for next week. Hawkins, the ball carrier, carries it for about 2 yards. Tornadoes will be faced on the 50-yard line with a 2nd down and 8.
Every week I try to expand my horizons on this telecast.
That's
and I'll get
fine.
nothing but abuse from you guys about it. I think it's now a little bit of jealousy. But, you know, I could be wrong.
Rumor control has it that you're not going to be with us next week. Is that correct?
I don't know. It's up in the air right now.
Oh, okay. That sounds. Shedleski pitches back to Hawkins, coming around the left side, and he carries the ball for about a 3-yard gain to the 45-yard line. Tackle made in there by number 27, Brian Bilotis.
Brings up a 3rd and 2.
Tornadoes will be faced with a 3rd down and 2, and this will be the drive that I think they try to just grind it out, Warren.
Well, they don't have to really do anything fancy, although with the record that they have now and a tough game at Marion coming up, Coach Timnick might want to use some plays here and get, you know, in a game situation and get them used to it. So I wouldn't necessarily say we could grind it out. We might be a little razzle-dazzle here.
Yeah, Shedleski puts Greco in motion, goes right up the middle to Bullock, but he stopped after only about a 1-yard gain.
Number 55 on the initial hit.
Tornadoes are going to be faced with a 4th down with about maybe 2 yards to go, and he's bringing the punting team in.
The gain of only a yard brings up a 4th and 1.
Fantana Rosa snap back to Bullock. Bullock's punt sailing
Great
toward
punt.
the 10-yard line, taken by number 21, Chris Urim.
Good coverage. Good coverage.
Nice
down
stop
there.
made in there
Fantini.
by number 32, Fantini.
And Scotty Paul was down there. So I'll tell you what, Scotty Paul's another guy that
Well, I'll
sticks
tell you
out.
what, for a big
on-
lineman, he
on
can
punt
move.
coverage. He's down there fast every time. He can really motor.
Ball is on the Lakeland 10. 1st and 10 for the Chiefs.
Vidala back to pass. Lets one fly down the sideline. Greco and the big tight end there.
He caught
And
it.
he caught it. It was a great catch
What a
made
pass.
by number 88, Ed Pigeon.
Oh, you got to give him credit. That was one heck of a throw.
Ed Pigeon, 42-yard completion into Red Tornado territory on the Red Tornado 48. 1st and 10.
1st and 10 for the Chiefs on the 48-yard line. We have a little bit of a timeout here. The officials, I don't know what's going on. They're looking
Yeah, he's-
toward the
yeah, he's
clock
looking
or
at
the
the
end
scoreboard
zone.
here for-
I'm not sure what occurred.
Well, the dog's gone. He's not on the field anymore.
They're calling an official timeout. They're going over to the Lakeland sideline. And that's it. Whatever it was, we don't know what it was. 1st down and 10, Lakeland Chiefs. Vidala over to the right side to number 29, Jim Hill. And I'll tell you what, that out pattern is very difficult for a cornerback to cover. They're after our cornerbacks right now. You know, they're yelling at Mike and yelling at Joe. But I'll tell you what, Vidal is a heck of a quarterback.
Oh, he is.
And
yeah.
we have to give, you know, both his receivers and him credit for how he's performing right now.
Well, they've kind of changed their offensive scheme a little bit here in the second half. They're no longer going to a rollout or anything. He's taking that quick 3 steps and throwing, and it's very hard to defend that because you can't really get pressure on him in that short of a drop.
Vidal looking to the right side this time, taken by number 25, Nate Gilroy. And we have 2:31 left in the third quarter, and he's just going to keep throwing those sidelines until we come up and stop him. But the problem is, when a cornerback comes up to try to stop that, they're going to run a fly pattern, and they can burn you on the long
two
pass.
things happen. If you miss that guy, it's a touchdown. But on the other side of the coin, if you catch it, it's a touchdown. Interception's a
That's
touchdown
right.
on that play.
Vidala with a 2nd down and 4. Straight drop back. He's going on the fly this time to the corner of the end zone. Greco and Bullock in there.
Intercepted, I think.
And it's intercepted by Bullock.
Yeah, Bullock
Yep.
intercepted it. Yeah, he did. Now that time they read the play perfectly.
That time
They
it was
really
great.
did.
The cornerback covered him all the way down. The free safety had the opportunity to go after the ball.
And on the other side of the line, Blossy was applying pressure. And pressure changes the play. That's exactly what will happen.
First down and 10, Red Tornadoes. Scott Paul into the lineup at left tackle for Chris McCarthy. Shedleski on the handoff to Hawkins, bringing it up the middle, sidestepping a few tacklers and gains about 3 yards.
Boy, the Hawks, he's run some good hard runs tonight. He really has.
Mike Kricka on the stop brings up a 2nd and 7.
I do want to point out, you missed it on the field there as you were coming up. We took a lot of grief from the cheerleading squad tonight. We're going to have to do some interviews there. In a
They
hurry.
want to be on TV.
They were turning ugly down there for a second as I was walking off the field.
Pitch out to Hawkins, number 22, and he's tackled after about a 1-yard gain. We have to give him credit. He just threw somebody out of the ball game. Number 55 of the Lakeland Chiefs was doing a little fisticuffs in there. That's Chris Zivots.
That's good. You won't have to say that name anymore.
That's right. He's gone, and so is his name. But you know, we have to give credit to the cheerleaders, not only at the varsity games here, but at the JV games, the freshman games. They're there. They're rooting the teams on, and we at WKMC are proud of them.
Well, I did exactly what you would figure I would do. I completely capitulated and promised them all interviews next week.
Great.
So you can count on me.
We have an unsportsmanlike conduct. There was 2 penalties here. They have a personal foul initially, and now an unnecessary roughness
That
penalty.
was a big penalty.
30 yards.
That was one big penalty there. No, that's just, you're seeing there is just frustration. I mean, what are you going to do?
First down and 10. Red Tornadoes on the 46-yard line. Hand off to Hawkins up the middle. He's stopped on the 45-yard line.
Number 72, Tom Borchewski.
Yeah, you have a kid like 55 there with a competitive spirit burning in him. They're kind of getting run over here. I'm sure he's being hit from all sides, and you just get some frustration. He lost his composure, and he got winged out of the game, and that's the way it goes sometimes.
Well, I think what occurred was the referees had given them both teams a warning. Anything
Yeah, it
go,
had just
and you're
occurred right
gone.
before that, so you can't say he wasn't
Shedleski on the
told.
straight drop back. Oh, number 85 held Jamin. I mean, he tackled him, and he had Blossy wide open on that play, but it was after number 22 had made an exceptional rush on Shedleski.
Yeah. Oh,
so,
yeah.
you know, that was a tough pass.
Well,
but
you can't. Throwing across like that while you're running is impossible almost.
when Jamin broke out there to go for the pass, number 85 of the Chiefs actually tackled him. Third down and about 8 yards ago. 30 seconds left in the third quarter with the Red Tornadoes leading 32-8. Shedleski back, throws one out here to Blossy, and he makes a great catch.
Oh, he is having a
Good
great
for him.
game.
He's having an awesome game.
Jeremy Blossy, number one.
Great catch made by Jeremy. And you know what? You feel good for these kids because, no matter what some of these fans are saying down here to us, this is great. This is what the Tornadoes needed. This is what these kids needed. They've won all their football careers as little guys and as freshmen. And, this might be the momentum that'll carry them through the rest of the season.
You saw Blossy, I think, get that spark of confidence he needed last week when he scored that touchdown against Shamokin. I think it's just carried over.
Shedleski pitches to Hawkins, and a nice tackle made in there by number 32, Charlie Runco. The end of the third quarter, the score, the Red Tornadoes 32, the Chiefs 8. Tornadoes faced with a 2nd and 7 to start the fourth quarter.
Kind of a long change of quarters there. They're taking them so long out there.
Shedleski rolling to his right, looks downfield at Greco in the end zone. Touchdown, Red Tornadoes.
Joey Greco. Great pass, good concentration. He was nearing the end, kept his eye on the ball and his eye on the line and scored a touchdown.
Now, you were talking about Blossy and Jamin, and there's another one, Greco. They have 3 great receivers. I mean, if we can get the time to open this offense up and throw to those 3 guys, we are going to score touchdowns the rest of the year.
Well, you look at Greco again, sophomore in the lineup. I mean, the future is extremely bright. But be truthful with you, these kids are so talented. The future could be right now if they can just get it together in a hurry now.
That's right.
And the way they have tonight. You don't have to wait too long for these guys. They're proven winners. They just got shook a little bit, I think, in the beginning, and now they're coming back.
Shedleski on the straight drop. Blossy was waving to him.
Jeremy Blossy having the game of his life right now.
2 points for Jeremy Blossy, and boy, are these Tornadoes pumped.
He is really having a fabulous game.
What a great
offensively,
game.
Defensively. He is having a great game.
11:54 left in the ball game. The score: the Red Tornadoes 40, the Lakeland Chiefs 8.
So I'm up in here. Oh yeah, he's going to stay in.
Fantini kicks off. Taken on the right side by number 32, Charlie Runco. Runco comes in there, and Fantini's in on the tackle. Also number 50 of the Red Tornadoes, Charlie Savitsky. Number 89, Belfani, also in on the tackle.
With 9 minutes remaining, Shamokin is leading 27-7 over Hazelton.
Chiefs have a 1st down and 10, the ball on the 28-yard line. Videla up the middle to number 22, Mike Crissa.
Number 22, Mike Crissa, the ball carrier.
Tackle in there by number 25, Joe Greco, and number 87, Tom Kulik.
Sinkovic and Kulik on the defensive stop. Gain of 6 brings up a 2nd and 4.
Yeah, Bobby Veach into the lineup. Number 5, you have 47, Ron Zito, and 48, Kevin
Karczewski.
Karczewski.
Yeah.
I didn't hear that one before.
I get to announce the JV games. That's how I know the name.
You have those 3 guys into the Mount Carmel area lineup now.
Videla pitches back to number 25. He fumbled the ball, but he again picks it up. Tackle made in there by 87, Kulik, 48, Karczewski, and number 61, Jim Fry.
You have 67 also in the lineup, and that's Chris Machuzak. A lot of new faces out there right now, Bob, as Jazz is trying to give everybody as much playing time as they can get. This is the hard part of the game for us. Now we got to get everybody's number out there.
3rd down and 6 for the Red Tornadoes. 10-11 left in the ball game. Videla on the straight drop back. Now he's rolling around. He has a fly pattern going to number 21. And he's taken out of bounds by number 89, Belfani, on the 49-yard line. But Chris Urim gets the first down for the Chiefs.
Chris Urim, who runs out of bounds on the 49-yard line. It is a first down for the Lakeland Chiefs on their own 49. First and 10.
Maybe I never noticed it before, but I see Jazz calling all the defensive signals tonight. He does that regularly, or is that a new one for him tonight? I thought an assistant usually called the signals out.
I think Jazz has been calling the defensive signals. Vici out of the ball game. Jeff Greco in at cornerback now, and they move Zito to safety. Videla gives the ball to number 25. He breaks it into the open, and he's going to go for the score. But, I always question is why another coach, when he knows he's beat, Jazz has put it to him 40-8, and he's leaving the first string in. When Jazz is trying to get, you would think Lakeland would try to get some other players in the game also.
I can't answer for that team. I don't know.
I'll
be truthful with you. Well, I'll be truthful with you. When you look over, they don't have that many players. They really didn't bring a big traveling squad with them. They came in one bus tonight. I noticed that when I came into the stadium. So they don't have a large traveling squad with them tonight.
Chiefs were called for a legal procedure. 9:42 left in the ball game. The score: the Red Tornadoes 40, the Chiefs 14. Chiefs trying for 2 points here to bring it to 16. Videla on the straight drop back, looking out there to number 21, Chris Urim, and it's good.
Number 21 taking the now.
With 9:42 left in the ball game, the score: the Red Tornadoes 40, the Lakeland Chiefs 16.
It was in her bag.
Chiefs kicking off to the Red Tornadoes here. 9:42 left. It's a squibber again, taken by Kogut, and boy, I'll tell you what. I was really wondering why Divinik is not putting backs up on the line. You know why? He has linemen that can handle the ball.
Yeah, they cover very well on an onside kick, don't they?
Kogut made a great play there. He fell on the ball, and
the argument's going to be between Wild Bill now and Mike about which one actually advanced the ball further. We'll have to look very carefully at the game films on this one.
Vichin, a quarterback, in the lineup for the Red Tornadoes. Fantini, the ball carrier, and gains about 2 yards.
If Sam Mazzatesta in the Mount Carmel area lineup now.
Sam Mazzatesta also in the Red Tornado backfield. Number 32, Charlie Runco, and 67, Brian Hemack, making the defensive stop. Gain of 1, 2nd and 9.
Veach gives the ball to Sinkovic, and boy, he made a nice cut there. Gained about 4 yards, and the Tornadoes will be faced with about a 3rd down and 5.
Well, I'll tell you what, when you're looking, one thing I wanted to mention here, the producer asked us to tell you when you're looking at this telecast on Wednesday night, it's not your TV. The fog is rolling in here now at an awesome pace, and it's sitting on the field in spots. There are just patches of it laying on the field, so it looks cloudy on the TV. That's exactly what you're seeing.
Veach hands the ball to Sinkovic. There was a fumble on the play, and I think Sinkovic covered it, but we're going to have a motion call, a backfield motion call against the Red Tornadoes. I think Lakeland can decline this penalty. Is that correct? And have a 4th down?
They're going to make us kick, I'm sure. They're trying. Their coaching staff wants to decline. Okay, there it is.
They did decline it.
Brings up a 4th and 4.
Bolig back to punt for the Red Tornadoes.
There's somebody missing.
There's only 10
there's a hole in the
there.
line there, guys. Right. I wondered when somebody was going to notice the opening there. There's definitely somebody missing off of that line. And that every time that you do that, you get into the waning moments of the game. If you have a big lead, you got the The substitutes playing the game, and somebody forgets that they're supposed to be on a special team because they don't practice it that often.
That's right.
And it's not something they would know readily. And you always end up a guy short or a guy too many on the kick and the punt returns and stuff like that.
Back in business, 4th down for the Red Tornadoes. 7:58 left in the ball game. 40-16. Red Tornadoes in the lead. Snaps back. Bollick's punt is beautiful for the pressure they had on him. Hits on about the
this is going to be a beauty.
15. Going to roll and roll. Gets down on about the 7-yard line.
Nice kick. That was a great kick under that kind of pressure.
1st and 10 for the Lakeland Chiefs from their own 7.
Trying to look and see if we have any new numbers in there. We have 72 in there now. Sean Bogutsky. He's playing on the defensive line. I think he's going to line up as a defensive tackle over there for Bogutsky. Sean's a sophomore.
Padella. Right up the middle to number 22, Mike Krissa. Bogutsky getting up off the pile, and also number 67, Machuzak. Second down and about 6 yards to go. We have an official's timeout here.
What's that, about 10 of those timeouts this game so far? We have number 50 going into the game now. That's Charlie Savitsky. He's a sophomore.
Padella back to throw. Number 81 catch was in there. He's breaking free to number 29. And I don't know. I think he caught the ball. Number 29, Jim Hill, caught the ball and tackled by number 48, Kevin Karcheski.
To number 29, Jim Hill, completed for a Lakeland first down, 1st and 10 on their own 33.
First down and 10 on the 33-yard line. Red Tornado timeout here with 6:15 left in the 4th quarter. First down and 10 for the Chiefs. Padella's still the quarterback, and the Chiefs trying to put more points on the board to not be that embarrassed. Number 88, pigeon out there, and he dropped the ball with Jeff Greco and Sam Massatesta chasing him.
I know how he feels. You can look at the way he got up. He had a touchdown there, and he just let the ball slide through his hands. Hey, what this quarterback can really throw the ball. He's got a great arm.
Second down and 10 for the Chiefs. And I think we know what they're going to do here. Padella back to pass. Again, lets the long bomb go down to number 29, Jim Hill, and he just overthrew him that time.
Brings up a 3rd and 10.
This is like a pro game.
This 4th quarter, I think, is never going to end.
Well, what are you going to do tomorrow with no Penn State game?
Work.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, I work every Saturday.
No, you don't.
Well, when I'm not at Penn State.
Right.
Those 6 Saturdays a year, I'm going to admit that I try to take off.
Okay.
Seems to bug you a little bit. What are you going to be doing tomorrow?
3rd down and 10 for the Chiefs.
I thought there'd be no answer to that one.
You're saying tomorrow, that's last Saturday.
That's right. Padella Again, letting the long bomber go, but Zito out there. Oh, almost intercepted by
Almost got
Ronnie
it.
Zito.
Thrown out of bounds.
I'm really impressed with this kid's arm, though. I'll tell you what, he really can wing the ball down the field.
What was neat there, though, we know, we're now knowing what's coming. You can take that free safety and just let him go. Let him go on that fly
Well,
pattern.
as soon as the ball was snapped, Zito started backpedaling, so he was the last guy back there. You don't want anybody to get in back of you.
5:53 left in the ball game.
And mostly this whole team sitting out there now are sophomores.
Snaps back for the punt. Nice kick. Nobody deep for the Red Tornadoes. They're just going to leave it bounce, and it does get a great roll for the Chiefs. It's going down to about the 11-yard line, and we'll be down there. Red Tornadoes will take over first down and 10 with 5:43 left in the ball game.
There's 65 in the ball game. Also for Mount Carmel area, that'll be Charlie Gasparetti, a sophomore. We're going to try and see all these numbers one more time. They changed a little bit on offense. I don't want to miss anybody
72,
here.
Bogutsky. Number 65. Oh, you got Charlie Gasparetti.
Well, is 63 in there? Yeah. That would be Ed Schultz, a junior.
Ball up the middle of Mazzatessa, breaks it free, and is tackled after about maybe a first down. At least a 9-yard gain.
Number 19, Frank Watson.
Yeah, 63 is in there. Yeah, it's Ed Schultz, a junior from Mount Carmel area.
First down, Red Tornadoes. Sammy got 10 on that play. Nice run by Mazzatessa.
That sounded good. Good run by here. Mazzatessa up the middle, breaks a tackle. How many times have we said that over the years?
Veach up the middle of Sinkovic, and he goes through for about 5 yards.
I tell you what, he looks really good on offense too. We don't see him that much, until the end of the game, but he really does look good offensively, and he plays a great defensive game. And considering that he's a freshman, there's a lot of opportunities for him in the coming years here. If number 60 in there also, I see Jeff Motto, a junior.
4 minutes and 26 seconds left. Pitch back to Fantini coming around the right side. Makes one nice move there, but a nice tackle made by number 21, Chris Urim. And Urim has played a good game for the Chiefs, Warren.
Yeah, some good players out there. They just couldn't get anything going, and they got blown out early. They have a good quarterback. You got to say that for him. He's a heck of a quarterback.
4 minutes left. Third down and 5 for the Red Tornadoes with a 40-16 lead. Pitch back to the P. P makes a cut up the middle.
All right.
And he's stopped. He might have gotten the first down.
He did. There's no might about it.
First down, Red Tornadoes and the P.
I tell you, Chris is he is such a hard runner, though. He just won't go down. He puts his head down there, and he goes at you.
Suitra picks up the first down, first and 10.
First down and 10 from the 33-yard line. Veach to Suitra, and he's nipped right in the backfield by number 82, Jason Bertokchik. But he still gained 2 yards there, Warren.
Brings up a second and 8.
He's a good hard runner, though. I like watching him. I really do. He's 130-some pounds of pure desire running the ball there.
Pitch back to Fantini around the right side. Blockers out in front of him. And he gains about 4 yards. Tornadoes will be faced with a third down and about 2.
Mark Tyler, third consecutive tackle. Final score from Hazel.
Ball's on the 39-yard line, Warren.
7.
2 minutes and 20 seconds left in this ball game.
Central time, equipment adjustments.
That's it. That has to be the record for official timeouts for one football game.
Do you think Jose has that statistic?
I'll bet you he does. Absolutely, I bet you he does. He is amazing. He's a machine down there. Ask him any question you ask him, he knows exactly what the answer is, who did it, what year they did it in, and how long it was.
Fantini in motion. Pitch back to Fantini. And we're a little bit short of the first down. We're going to be faced with a fourth down. And about 1 yard to go with 1:52 left in the ball game.
Brings up a 4th and 1.
I don't think we're going to. Are we punting?
Nope, they're going for
We're
it.
not going to punt.
We're going for it. 4th and 1. Fantini in motion, pitch back to him again, same play, breaks through, first down and more.
Fantini finally taken out of bounds by number 19 and 34.
Nice run by Fantini and good blocking by the
Well, I'll
right
tell you
side of
what,
the Red
this-
Tornadoes
this-
line.
This young squad out there is doing a heck of a job right now. They're playing football out there.
First down, ball in Lakeland territory at the Lakeland 47.
Well, I'll tell you what, if everybody checks their schedules at home, you can come down here on Monday nights and watch this team play. They have double headers Monday night, Warren. You
Yes,
get to
they
see
do.
the freshmen and the JVs.
Sure do.
Vici back to pass. Looking over the middle at number 89, Belfani, intercepted. Oh, and a great pop in there by Mazzatesta.
What a whack he gave him. Oh, my.
He took Steve Faunash and Jeff Greco with one pop, both of them whack.
My goodness, Sam.
'80s in 72, 78, 67.
1 minute left in the ball game.
We have 29 in the ball game for Mount Carmel area. That would be Gary Neidig. He's a junior.
Clock's running down, and they're gonna get a delay of game here if they don't get a play in real quick.
We have
78. 78 then?
we have 78 also in the lineup. That would be Bill Eby, a sophomore.
Fumble on the play. The ball's rolling loose.
That's a
And I think number 35, Mazzatesta, has it. He reached over and underneath a player to get it.
that's a Chinese fire drill going on there right now.
They're unpiling him right now.
There he is,
There he is,
Mazzatesta.
Mazzatesta with the ball.
Well, I'll tell you what, they're giving him a little playing time, and he's certainly demanding more by his play out there right now. We see him on the special teams, and he's a standout player there. But he's showing some football right now. And Sam's a sophomore, so you're going to see a lot more of him in the coming years.
2 seconds left in the game. 1.
Mount Carmel area 40. Lakeland team 16. Don't forget next week.
Well, Warren, we're here at the final of the game. The Red Tornadoes 40. 40?
40. Yeah,
That's
believe it or
a
not,
boy.
40.
40.
We put 40 points on the board tonight.
The
ladies and
Lakeland
gentlemen.
Chiefs 16. Great game by Shedleski throwing the ball. As you said, in the first half, there was a time there where he was 7 for 7. Receiving core of Jamin and Blasi. Blasi, a great game, and also Greco.
Three of
making
them.
some great catches.
Absolutely.
What we expected to see in maybe some other games, but it was really this game that they broke loose and showed us what their full-fired offense could do.
Well, they also played against a good team. This Lakeland team is no slouch. I said they were highly rated to begin the season. They had 2 tough losses. They were upset last week, which didn't help them, I guess. They made a long trip down here, but they're a tough team. They were a big team. They were short a couple of starters. But we did everything right tonight. We really did. I mean, I'm sure Coach Dimick winces when I say that because on film there'll be a couple mistakes here and there. But all in all, offensively, we were well balanced. We threw the ball. We ran the ball. Defensively, we did everything you could expect us to do defensively. It was a good quarterback. He had a good arm. We defended against him nicely. A very good runner, number 22. He gained almost no yards until the very end of the game when it doesn't count. So all in all, I know Coach Dimick finally has to be very pleased with the performance tonight, and especially looking at a very, very tough game against Marion Catholic next Saturday.
Well, let's go into next Saturday. Next Saturday, and as of this broadcast, the Colts will have already played the Lourdes Raiders. But, we're going into next Saturday with a team, Marion, that's ranked number 1 in WNEP. They're undefeated.
Yes.
And this probably was the boost that the Red Tornadoes needed, though, going into that game.
Oh, absolutely. They needed a big win, and they got one, and I'm sure they're feeling good about themselves. And as I said before, they're not a bad team. They have the talent. They just were young. They were inexperienced, and they got off to a rocky start. If they can right themselves, every team they play from here on in is going to be even up with them. There's nobody going to have superior talent on the field. It's a matter of putting that talent together, playing their game, doing what they need to do, and they can beat anybody at any time. And I know Marion Catholic has to be thinking that when they look at the game films of this game tonight.
I wouldn't send them the films of tonight's game.
I think you have to. That it's sort of like professional courtesy.
We'll look for you all next week. The game is Saturday afternoon. Let's see some fans up there at Marion Catholic and fill those stands and root these boys on. I'm Bob Else.
I'm Warren Altamore.
Good night.